para ocultar los fracasos de su administración.
Let's try that in the, thank God now, official language of America. Let's go to Boston. So you all remember this, right? President Trump said he would cut funding for sanctuary cities that don't comply with federal law, that house illegal aliens, both criminal and, well, all criminal, but both non-violent criminals and violent criminals. And I know that many people responded, those cities exist? That's a thing?
They're allowed to do that?
They're allowed to do that?
What?
Yeah, I know. Believe me, that should be your response.
I thought we had a military.
Well, yesterday, the Boston mayor, a city that I know, Mr. DiPaolo, you must be grossly ashamed of.
I am. It's a great town, great sports city, all that stuff. But the politics and the if you believe in elections and that they're real, these people voted these assholes in.
Yeah.
And they are they've been trying for 10 years to become San Francisco East.
Yeah.
I got booed in front of 18,000 people at the TD Garden. We were doing the Comics Come Home thing.
Well, that happened.
And I said some crack about it. There's an angry Jew from Peabody or whatever.
Yeah.
And I get booed for that.
What?
And and I go, what happened to my city? I go back to my room. I have a couple shots out of the mini bar,
right.
and I get on Twitter at the time. Instead of just ignoring it, I'm fighting. I got my underwear. I got all prepared.
Right, nice.
And I'm on my bed like 3 a.m. All of a sudden, my wife calls me. Get off that thing! People are, and they were talking about me on a morning radio show in Boston.
Yeah.
The next day that when did he turn such a racist?
Can you believe this guy's racist? He's not.
Oh my God! I go, what in God's name happened?
And your wife said, "You're in the honeymoon suite making fart bubbles in the hot tub again, aren't you?"
Yes, that's an old bit. Yes. So I watch the news, and they got a lesbian governor. They got this short order cook for a mayor. It's really embarrassing. And again, it's virtue signaling. Let me give you one more example. I'm watching the Red Sox game.
Okay.
Foul ball goes into the stands. Guy grabs it.
Right.
Gets it. Kind of a young guy, whatever. And he's going to keep it. But there's I watch this on national TV. There's a bunch of people telling him to give it to this little black kid that's sitting behind him. And he has to give in.
So he punches.
How do you know he doesn't have kids at home?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, why didn't the black kids
But
dad
that's
catch
all
it for
about
him?
virtue signaling.
Right.
Oh, look at me. I'm on TV, and I'm telling them to give the little black. That's all that is.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's what an Asian woman is. She's a walking virtue signaling.
Yeah.
The black kid had rickets, so it was nice.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I mean, that was probably one of those things that hasn't been Ebola or Zika. They brought it with them, just like the Kubala tribe.
I can't watch the Red Sox. Every game they talk about cancer. They bring kids into the booth. Can we have 5 minutes of fun? Yeah. They say honestly.
People still have cancer after the game, okay?
Exactly.
No, that's my point. There's a time and place for everything. People go to sporting events to get away from life.
Right.
I don't need a fucking 8-year-old kid with fucking third-degree lung cancer. Doing play-by-play.
Smoking ball.
Honest to God, I'm fucking.
Well, the good
it's
thing
a hard
is,
argument to make, but
it's not. It's not. The good thing is the NFL has in the end zone now. They have the words "end racism."
Well, they've had them.
And by the way, that stopped it dead in its tracks.
And who
but only right there.
That one makes me the most nuts. Who do you think that's for?
The players.
No, they're speaking.
No, that would be don't beat your bitches.
No, I was going to say end racism after you stop beating your bitches and selling drugs and shooting up titty bars.
Yeah.
But end racism, who do you think they're talking to? They're not talking to black people when they put that.
Right.
But they're doing it under guys. They go, look, we'll do this, and they'll think we're talking to everybody.
Yeah, it's like,
You're not fooling anybody. That's to tell white people to stop being racist.
Don't you love it when a black guy making $20 million a year with no college degree who you'd think is dyslexic crosses the words end racism?
Yeah.
So, on that note, the Boston mayor, Michelle Wu, she was acting tough, which is very hard for a Wu to do, saying that she's not going to comply with ICE.
Everybody.
What the hell is that?
Para ocultar los fracasos de su administración. A diferencia de la administración Trump, Boston cumple la ley. Y Boston no cederá en su compromiso con quienes somos ni con lo que representamos.
I'm sorry. Let's try that in the, thank God now, official language of America.
We're here again today Because last week, Boston received a letter.
Any
from
need
the
for the
Attorney
dumb
General
faces
of
on the
United
signaling
States
woman?
On official letterhead
Look at that piece
from
of
the federal
cheese.
government.
That's a huge
Threatening
bitch.
to prosecute city officials.
She's making
and
that shit
withhold
up as she
federal
goes along.
funds
Look
unless we
that I had
cooperate with
pancakes,
carrying out
damn it.
mass deportations. At a time when this federal administration is already causing so much fear and harm in our communities.
Do you mean like the roving
threats
gangs of
are
illegals who
serious
take
and
over swaths of
consequential.
towns?
The US
This is
Attorney
frightening
General
to me. My
asked
hair's standing
for a
up.
response by today.
This is frightening.
So here it is. Stop attacking our cities to hide your administration's failures.
Iron my shirt, bitch.
Look at the attitude on the signaling.
Unlike
Look at
the
her.
Trump administration, Boston follows the law.
Look at this.
Yes, what do you think, Piggy, who made his house out of brick with the Kenny G ponytail?
Oh my God.
I want an emotionless face signal.
You know who that
I
brought?
like signaling. That's
You know
better.
who she
Thank
looked
you.
like? She
Yeah,
looked,
Curly Joe.
She looked like if the Italian Furio from Tony Soprano let himself go.
A little bit.
Now I will signal.
A little bit.
And here's the other thing, too. It's kind of, I've talked about this, like the kids in the Anarchy T-shirts they get at Hot Topic with the wallet chain. Do they have any idea as to how this pans out? Do you honestly think that the roving Venezuelan cartel gangs would do anything other than enslave and or kill these ladies first?
That's right. That's what Leb's never understood.
They don't.
They're the first ones to go.
And also, this is not a victimless virtue signal. You have people in your cities, and by the way, many of them Hispanic, who have to live under the thumb of these criminal gangs.
Yeah.
These policies, if it saves one life, we don't have the numbers because a lot of the crime isn't reported. Let's go with at least thousands of people killed by illegal aliens in this country in these sanctuary cities because there's a huge gang presence. If it saves one life, you think taking away my Smith & Wesson is going to save more lives than if you stopped harboring illegal gangs who take over entire apartment complexes? Maybe that's why Stephen Miller, big fan by the way, made a threat of criminal charges for people like Wu.
The sanctuary cities, like Boston, refuse to turn over these menacing threats to public safety. And so now they face not only revocation of funds, not only the loss of taxpayer support, but also potential criminal charges for harboring and smuggling. This is as real as it gets, Sean.
Yeah, and to add to that, Pam Bondi, who could do something about this, added that she'll be on Fox News tonight.
What time?
8:30 during the not doing your job hour.
Remind me to get lotion.
Here's some other things. Here's some other things that woo. Woo.
Woo doo woo.
It sounds like a Disney villain who gets like covered in cake. Or like a nut shot, like in Beethoven, like a daughter, like woo. All right, I'm a child. Let's go through some claims here. Here's a claim that Woo makes that President Trump is the one responsible for, ignore the 4 years that preceded him, by the way.
She's Chinese, right?
I believe Korean, I don't know and I don't care. That Donald Trump is responsible for grocery prices, the housing shortages, and also, in case you didn't know, cancer. Yeah.
Under the Trump administration, groceries are less
Keep your eye on
affordable.
pig face.
Housing is harder to build. Cures for cancer are farther away. And good news on our economy has been as hard to find as the Epstein list.
Okay, the
Oh,
truth.
good writing.
Yeah. The truth is the exact opposite of that. Let me give you some stats, check the references. And by
Please
the
do.
way, in this case, it's CNN and USDA. The USDA confirmed food prices are tracking with historical averages. 2026, they're expected to track below historical average. In contrast to Biden, 21 to 24, prices rose 22%. By the way, remember, egg prices are down. Don't let them shift away from the argument that they were consistently making. On housing, the Trump administration has reduced regulations on new home construction. That's a big deal. It's one of the biggest deals because it's how giant companies, giant corporations like Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, they managed to artificially inflate the prices of homes because you can't build, right, to create more scarcity. Donald Trump also freed up federal lands for new affordable housing. And what do we see as far as results? In July 2025, housing is looking at 12.9% higher compared to a year earlier as far as
A lot more new homes are being built.
as far as
Housing
homes
starts.
being built. Right, this is houses being built or people being
Housing
housed?
starts, so that's building new homes.
All right, good. Got it. Cancer research. Here's another one. Donald Trump's fault for cancer. Well, here's the thing. They
I
go
thought
cut
the N-word
funding.
caused cancer.
Yeah,
I was
no, that's
told
diabetes.
Specifically,
That's diabetes.
He said cancer,
That's
heart
diabetes.
disease, and diabetes.
That's-
What does?
Yeah, that
the
was
N-word or the perceived N-word. This was Rep. Jamal fire-pulling Bowman on
said,
CNN.
"You don't know the stress I feel. I have to eat Little Debbie's when I see a racist caricature." What choice did I have?
I love Little Debbie's. Oh, Jesus.
We don't have those in Canada. We had Mae West and Joe Louis is what they were called.
You guys don't even have filet of fish here. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what is going on. I've never had one because I think it seems disgusting. So when it comes to cancer research, they go cutting funding. No, President Trump, when you're talking about the changes, they actually ensured that the NIH spent more of their funds on research versus non-research costs. Just to be clear, and this is what
So
will
they
happen.
cut waste.
Yeah, they cut waste.
Hey, there you go.
You know, you look at the costs, for example, of healthcare or education. You look at the ballooning costs, you go, but we're not seeing any better performance. It's administrative costs that go up, not the actual healthcare providers. In education, it's the administration costs that go up, not actually money going to teachers. You see the same thing with NIH and funding. So you had someone step in and say, wait a second. Less and less money is being spent on research, and it's being spent on administrative fees, costs, which, by the way, can be funded any way you want. How about we set a limit so that most of your money, most of this grant, is going directly to research that matters?
Yeah, and basically, I think they pegged it against the public sector or private sector. People that were doing this on their own dime had roughly X%, and it was about double when the government was paying for it for administrative costs.
Right.
So it's like, hey, why don't you just be in line with people that are doing it on their own dime?
Yeah.
Instead of just taking our money.
You know, who have to provide some kind of performance. Results.
Yes. Have we cured cancer? I think we spent a lot of money on that.
I don't believe that we have.
I'm sorry. That one's a hard one. Have we cured anything lately?
Yes.
Like cured? I didn't.
Well,
not
I do know that you
something
can
livable. That's good too.
That's not fair. I do know that you can have unprotected homosexual sodomy with strangers in truck stops, and it's pretty much consequence-free.
But you don't have to say
Is it
anything.
really?
Yeah, the AIDS thing doesn't kill anybody. So that was really top of our priority list. A lot more funding to AIDS because celebrities got on board with it than
not cured.
Cancer. Well,
Not like a one-time
basically entirely
treatment.
treatable. Yeah, treatable.
No, you're done.
Cocktail. You take a nice cocktail.
Yeah, but you got to do it the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cancer, not so
well,
much.
that's convenient.
I like it when, as a society, we place emphasis, as we did for 2 decades, on an entirely, very easily preventable disease as opposed to one in which you have no say, like cancer. Right. I'm really glad that we had the highest per patient funding for AIDS than we did for breast, prostate cancer, until it became more cool to put a pink ribbon on at the Super Bowl. That one, so Nick gets mad. Now,
stop banging guys in the ass at a truck stop. We're done.
Oh my God, that came out of Father Mulcahy.
It's almost like it's not possible to get AIDS in the United States unless you choose to. Cancer, not so much. So leftists, you made this bed. Now we just want the funding to go to research for cancer, or as Wu calls it, a violation of basic human rights.
In a perfect world, though, here's the problem. You just played what she said, lying full of shit liberal. You just straightened her out. In the real world, she would be on today with J.D. Vance in a room, no moderator, or with a moderator, whatever. Yeah. And he would counterpoint her bullshit.
Yeah.
That would happen once a week on TV, like on Sunday.
Yeah.
You notice how you never see a real liberal politician and a conservative in the same room together until it's 4 years at a presidential debate.
Yeah.
It's the only time they get together.
Right.
But if we really wanted to enlighten people at who's lying and who's not, we'd get together. It's all a bunch of poop.
Oh, you're still here watching this on YouTube? There's no more. It's over. Just like YouTube. YouTube is over. It's not a thing anymore. How many Seth Meyers clips do you need? Head on over to Rumble. Follow me there. Live on weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, where we can actually speak freely and don't have to self-censor. YouTube it's really not a thing. Like, you ever seen one of those towns that maybe was like a mining town, or maybe they made some kind of alloy? You say, hey, I wonder what they did in this town. It takes a while to find a person who can tell you what they did in that town, and even then you don't fully understand it. That's YouTube. YouTube is that town. So go to Rumble.